Hey, welcome back. We are on my favorite zone of this game. It's Spring Yard. There's crabs for some reason.
You have the crabs.
I do have crabs.
Ew. Ew. How could you?
Disgusting.
I decided I want to go over here
Oh.
because you can get an extra life and some sneakers. Which, by the way, I didn't know that those would be there when I recorded. I was just like, hey, there's a platform. I wonder if it leads anywhere. And I just went up and I was like, oh, cool.
Oh, really?
So I learned some stuff as I was recording. I just tried to push air.
That was a great spot for speed shoes.
He's an airbender.
That is an amazing spot for speed shoes. Not.
You pressed the button, but you didn't use the platform.
I did not.
You
I just wanted to press the button. Yeah. I'm gonna get hit quite a lot in this level. Spring Yard Zone is full of spike balls and shit.
You need to stop that.
I also forgot that this little path existed. So I was like, is there anywhere else I can go?
I think that's just for rings.
And I decided that no, there's nowhere else you can go there.
It's got a weird foreground background thing going on there.
Too trippy for me. Cut that out.
Spring Yard Zone has a weird aesthetic in general, though. That's not
I
nice.
love that timing.
Crabs!
These guys are much like the caterpillars. You want to roll into them.
You know, I've said this before, but it's like it's pretty amazing like how well like the games of this era have aged. Because like most Super Nintendo and Genesis games have aged pretty well, especially compared to like the N64 and even some like GameCube and PS2 games.
Oh yeah, you can go back and you can play a lot of 16-bit era games and they feel and look just fine today.
That's because the N64 was like, if it's not like horrible draw distance, it's either extremely stiff controls or an abysmal camera.
It's not even...
Or the frame rate is bad.
Yeah, or the frame rate. Or just because of the fact that it's early 3D, the aesthetic can be really bland.
I mean, I just chop that up to like it being like the new thing. I mean, like a lot of NES games for all intent just haven't aged well. I mean, you know, it was Nintendo's first console, so like you look at things like fucking. It's comparable to the N64 in the fact that the N64 was like the first time they were trying 3D, and because of that, a lot of stuff on the system has not aged well.
Which, it's like you could see there was a really big hit or miss nature to both of the libraries of both of those two systems. Like you'd have really good stuff like Ninja Gaiden or Mega Man on the NES, just as you'd have, you know, really good stuff like GoldenEye or Banjo-Kazooie on the N64, but then you'd have equally miss-ish meh titles as well.
Yeah, like Balloon Fight and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Nah.
Oh, I felt
was
that one.
I was going to say though, GoldenEye was a good game for its time, but it's not an example of a game that's aged well. Honestly, I
Nope.
wouldn't.
You want to know a shooter that has aged well and is still amazing? Doom.
I knew you were going to say Doom.
But
Hey,
like,
Sonic, you stay cleared.
I mean, even when you account for like. Even when you like ignore the fact that the game hasn't aged well, I actually prefer 007 Nightfire for the GameCube.
I completely forgot about the GameCube title.
It's really good in my opinion. But yeah, most N64 games haven't aged well. There's a handful of games that still play really well, like Banjo-Kazooie and despite its somewhat slippery controls, Mario 64.
You know what game has aged well perfectly fine on the 64?
Wait, don't tell me.
Okay.
Okay, tell me.
Paper Mario.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it doesn't suffer.
A lot of
from
RPGs
Yeah.
are a little bit more graceful about their aging process than other genres.
That is
Well, it
true.
also doesn't use like a 3D like butthurt like graphics.
Yeah.
It uses, a nice, unique visual style,
Crabs.
which allows it. Yeah, these crabs fuck me over in this zone. They did in the last act. They did in the act before. They did in this one. But
Like, in
Spring
my
Yard Zone is
opinion-
still my favorite zone of the game. I like the weird visual style. I like the music a lot, actually. Even its weird enemy choices are nice.
What city is in the background? Because
You
there's
know, I
like
wouldn't be
buildings in
able
the
to tell ya.
background.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I do like the look of the stage, though. I agree.
I am
My-
desperately trying to get past these things because I want to be able to beat the block to the end there, because if the block manages to make it all over here, it'll block off this. And it also makes it a much longer stage to pass through.
Maybe the city in the background is Starlight Zone.
It probably is,
Could be.
but the style of the buildings makes me think of, like, early Superman, like Metropolis.
Superman 64.
No, please no.
Triggered.
Oh
Okay.
no,
I'm-
they barred you
I
off.
don't remember if I do. I'm pretty sure I die here. Oh yeah, they add those these little these like little wall things in the mobile version because, well, they want to keep the aspect ratio a bit closer to its original, since he has the blocks. The floor plays a very big part in this boss fight.
I was half expecting you to get knocked into the pit.
Yeah. No, I just get.
Why
crushed
would
up
you
there.
do that? Why would you do that?
Because I got greedy. But yeah, no, the walls are there so that it's not as easy as it would be without them.
I was gonna ask you, why are you waiting in that? Because it was, by the time you landed on top of the next one, and that your first
No.
go through, it was the same as if you just walked across every time you jumped. But that time you actually started jumping for real.
I don't remember. Do I die at this point, or do I actually beat him?
In this rendition of the boss fight, it makes sense for this kind of plan for Eggman, because like the walls come up, and Eggman's like, I'm going to take the ground out from beneath him, so then he'll fall to his death. But in the original Sonic 1, there's literally nothing stopping Sonic from just leaving and running away, and just opening the animal capsule.
Actually, I didn't think about that, but that is a good point. Like, he can't actually access the capsule in this rendition because of the wall there.
Ew.
Oh, boy. This is
Everybody's
Labyrinth Zone.
favorite.
Oh,
Labyrinth Zone.
Crabs.
Labyrinth Zone is just. That's not even a crab.
That's Landon.
Labyrinth Zone is a mess of a stage. Although, even though I do get hit a lot, I feel like I managed to take it a little bit more gracefully than I was expecting to. I was expecting to go in and die over and over again because it's Labyrinth Zone. But,
Cloud, you forgot a ring box. Go back.
eh.
Go
I'll
back
skip
right now.
it.
No, go back right now.
God
No.
Knuckles deems you unworthy. I don't know. Those faces on the wall look like Ganon. Like the pig
I
faces.
didn't even think of that.
in a Sonic game?
I mean, there's faces on the fucking walls in Marble Zone that look like Mario.
I do like the music of Labyrinth Zone. It's just too bad if you're not good at Labyrinth Zone, you're not going to hear it that much because you're just going to be hearing the drowning music. Also, those rotating spike things, they use them a lot. I'm pretty sure most people know this by now, but for those that don't, Labyrinth Zone was originally intended to be the second stage of the game. I'm pretty sure everyone's glad that that was not the case.
That would have been so fucking
Well, that
stupid.
doesn't make sense simply for the fact that you wouldn't have enough practice with Sonic by the time you got here.
Yeah, no, it was originally intended to be the second stage, and then when it was deemed way too hard to be the second stage, they moved it to the fourth, which it can be argued that it's still more challenging than the zone that comes after, that being Starlight. But Starlight does have some, despite being a breezier pace, it does have its challenge, so Labyrinth Zone makes a pretty good fit as the fourth stage.
Crabs.
Well, I like to think
Now you're just saying crabs to things that aren't even related to them.
part of the challenge of Labyrinth Zone is the fact that little kids would fucking panic as soon as they started drowning.
Yeah, also the water physics are a little tricky to get used to at first.
Yeah.
Jumping out of the water can be weird. I don't know if it's just this version or if it's actually Sonic 1 in general, or early Sonic games in general that do this, and I just didn't know. But the mobile versions of the two Sonic games, they if you like jump out at a certain frame or so of the water, you actually like shoot up out of it. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it can be actually kind of helpful depending on where you are.
I don't think that was in the originals because I don't remember any kind of momentum gain like that.
Then yeah, it was probably like an unintended bug or something that was in this one, because although this looks and does play like the exact same for the most part, it's actually a different engine that's made to be as identical as possible to the original game's engines. So, I mean, this is made by the same
I know what game we have to
people
do
as-
next, guys.
Oh god, what?
Sonic 1 again.
Sonic 1 8-bit or this game?
A version of this game.
Sonic Genesis. Got it.
Yes, that's the best choice. But yeah, this, I don't remember if I mentioned, I'm pretty sure I did, but in the Sonic 2 Let's Play, but this is made by the same Taxman and Stealth, who not only did the same Sonic 2 port that I did a Let's Play of a while back, and will be doing Knuckles run of, but they also are working on Sonic Mania as well, which was not known, obviously, at the time I did the Sonic 2 Let's Play, because that was back in 2014.
82
I
I
years
get
really?
ago.
really... Yeah. It was pretty old. Like, the audio is so bad, which is why I'm gonna be doing a new run of the game. Like, the visual was fine, except for the fact that there was a bar that had, like, the time and everything from BlueStacks, because it was an older version that cut into the resolution of the game. But, the main reason that I want to redo it is because the audio was so bad. Because we didn't use Audacity, we used Pamela, which...
Oh,
Never
God.
again.
Hey,
Again.
Hey, does that mean we have to redo our cries?
Oh god. No.
Oh no.
Wait, we still need to do like the same progression of like recording in terms
So
of,
you have-
in terms of game footage. So Lennon needs to start with his laptop camera.
I have to go find the Wii
Uh,
laptop I used
oh.
at the time.
Was that before Gimpy?
I believe it was.
Wow, that's really
Oh.
old.
Which, that laptop
I
doesn't
almost got
exist
pushed.
anymore.
Nice. I guess we'll just have to settle for your current laptop.
I mean, I could bust out Gimpy if
And
you want.
that's Act 2.
Ba-da-ba-ba. I'd also have to go buy like a video camera.
Look how close I am. Those three. Look how close I am to 200,000 points.
Oh,
That's some shit right there. That's
You'll
okay.
get it. You'll get there. You got it right now.
So a first-time player of this level will probably end up on an endless loop because if you don't jump at certain points, that slope goes on forever and it just repeats itself.
there's a few times where a Sonic game does that.
I want those rings.
Oh. I think Ice Cap does something similar.
Yeah. But this is the first instance in the franchise where it does that, so it's worth noting that there are certain areas like that where if you don't actually jump off at the right time, you're actually just going to continue sliding indefinitely.
Ice Cap and I believe Sandopolis also does it.
Yeah, Sanopolis
Oh, yeah.
does. Because you'll just keep going on and on and on and not go anywhere.
I don't remember where the other path takes you, but I know that this path manages to push you pretty far through the level, so I like to use that path. I need a bubble.
Don't fucking drown.
Jump!
There we go.
Christ almighty, Cloud.
I made that a close call.
It's like you hesitated on that jump for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Ugh. Man, this blast processing is really helping you out here, man.
The so-called blast processing.
Mobile phones. Yay.
Mobile phones don't have blast processing.
It's just Labyrinth Zone. Labyrinth Zone is a very slow, sluggish stage.
Yeah, I know. I was just,
It's a joke.
I don't know. Those corks look like cheese.
They do.
Can we eat
Now I'm
them?
hungry. No.
Well, they've probably been sitting inside this fucking, like, temple for hundreds of years.
So,
I'd
So
still eat 'em.
I don't think you want to eat those.
I'd still
It's
eat
called
them.
H cheese.
Okay, so the
Hey, don't
Dr.
hurt him.
Robotnik boss in this zone is a little unique. You don't actually have to hit him, and in fact, it's very unlikely you will actually land the 8 hits. Your goal is to get to the top here, and if you let the water get too far ahead of you, you'll die. If you get hit and you lose your shield and you end up starting to lose rings, chances are you're not going to actually be able to make it up the rest of the way. You'll die. So you basically have to do good the entire time. It's a short path, but if you fuck it up, even once, you're probably gonna die. I did pretty good there.
I like to think that Robotnik didn't even have like a boss plan for this stage, and he just kind of got bored, and he was like looking to see if like it's like I wonder where Sonic is, and he's like, oh shit, there he is, run away.
Anyway, that is Labyrinth Zone. We'll see you in the next part when we do Starlight.
Oh.